Good evening, this is Kuro. Got another tier 10 game in my gearing. Been playing a lot of gearing, just brushing up on it with it being my go-to ship for clan battles. I always try to make sure I get a lot of games in, make sure that my aim, my gunnery, my tactics are as sharp as I can get them for my team. um, Tier 10 game, obviously, and I was a little slow to reload or load in. I think I was taking care of something with one of the dinosaurs, but going on ahead, letting the team what's going on with what I'm thinking. My original intent is basically to lay a smoke curtain basically in this direction back towards this island for my Baltimore and any other ship that really wants to come in here and use it. And it's one of those things that it's just not going to happen. My team's going to, do their own thing. And looking at the matchmaking, I've got 4 radar cruisers. It's going to be a kind of a wild match. And I'm looking right now. It's just as important to know where the enemy team is know where your friendlies are. I mean, at this point, it would serve no purpose for me to actually smoke up in here because nobody's really going to be able to use it. Maybe this Cleveland might, but, it'd take him a minute to get to the smoke screen, and at that point, it's mostly wasted on him. So I'm just going to push up in here and, go to plan B. Contest cap, try to spot, see what I can do to help my team. B cap by the enemy is being contested, or the enemy is contesting B cap. Sorry, dyslexic, haven't had enough coffee today. My RPF is out in this general vicinity, and I see that this Baltimore has just started pushing cap, and I've just decided, you know what, I'm just going to lay a giant smoke curtain right across the cap at the very least, bait torpedoes and anything else, bait a lot of attention in on this smoke screen, and in the meantime, I'm going to go use this, island cover back in over here to help, and this is me, hopefully trying to keep this guy alive. I see my Cleveland pushing in, and I mean, we've got battleships that are already, 11 kilometers out from me. These cruisers are going to be hurting. There's no battleship support here whatsoever. And honestly, I am a little slow to pick up on just how few ships we actually have here. My team, of course, is going to A-cap, and that's always wonderful on this map. The Baltimore or the Cleveland radar is the Z-23. This is me just trying to get some shots in on this guy. This is a tough shot. 10 kilometers away, and I can't see the guy. I do manage to get a hit, but no damage on the guy. It is what it is. But this is something else that you can do, utilizing cover to minimize the your ability to be detected. This Alsace just ate 2 torps. His damage control's on cooldown, and I'm using this island. I'm just trying to get some additional fires on this guy, and I still get the cap, and unfortunately just bad RNG. Even though I got a bunch of shells in on that guy, didn't get lucky with the fire, and I'm detected, so I'm thinking that there's either a DD way south. That's what I was thinking initially. Turns out it might be a DD up in here that could be spotting me. But what's going to happen in this game is me and this Xin Yang are we're going to be putting in so much work down here that we eventually both smoke smoke each other up, and we lose detection and or vision, and it's like chaos and pandemonium when the smoke runs out because like the entire enemy team is in our face. And this is one of the dangers. I've noted at this point we can't hold this cap, so I'm already starting to kite back. Um, I'm pretty sure that my cruisers are dead, um, and I'm just trying to do what I can for the team. I do get a piece of the North Carolina. And right now I'm trying just to draw attention off from my cruisers that these guys are going to get nuked very, very quickly. And as targets start shifting their focus to me, I go on ahead and I smoke up. NC gets a lucky pin on me. And, you know, just trying to finish these guys off as much as possible, just because we're holding back the red tide here. We lose vision on this North Carolina. I think the Zen Yang was spotting him briefly. He shot at me, and that gave me a little bit of extra vision. And we were lucky and able to get a second unrepairable fire on the guy. At this point, we're already up to 81,000 damage, and we've got 2 unrepairable fires on that North Carolina going. And right here, you know, I know I'm inside radar range. This guy, he also ate torps. I'm anticipating that he doesn't have radar because he already should have radared me. But I'm, you know, ready to kite. And I'm, you know, just in here trying to do what I can for the team. Right here, propulsion mod saving me. I do have speed boost active. It's one of the reasons. Save your speed boost for active combat. That basically was a bacon saver right there. If I didn't have the propulsion mod, I could have probably eaten a torpedo there and been dead right there. Got a Roma that's pushing around the corner, and you know, this is time for me to move. Nothing spotted, and you know, all of a sudden everybody's in my face. You know, and this is what happens when you're playing too smoke heavy. So I'm I'm basically ducking and diving at this point, trying to stay alive. Everybody and their sister is shooting at us. We're radared. We've got all sorts of crap going on. I'm trying to get some damage out on this Fletcher, and then this sneaky little booger comes up and cuts off my island cover. I was going to use this island to chill out and get safe behind, and this guy kind of ruined the plan. I didn't catch that move initially, but again, not panicking, just reversing, just try to stay hard hitting or hard to hit. My bow at this point is starting to saturate, and don't give him an easy broadside shot. So I'm undetected, and I'm just bailing. It's done here. I've done everything that I can here. I can't do anything else. My team's finally now coming out of ACAP. And you know, I'm trying to tell my friendly destroyer, just bail, dude. Nothing we can do here at this point. And we're gonna see a situation here where the enemy Donskoy comes up, and this is one of the nasty things about Donskoy. It's got a very long range radar. The ship is fast as hell, and it's got really flat shooting guns for, you know, the caliber that they are. It's definitely not U.S. cruiser arcs, that's for goddamn sure. But this is me just trying to stay alive. You know, throwing my speed off. Fortunately, everybody shot over the top of me, and I mean, you're gonna watch. I'm basically going to have to run from this guy if I've got any chance to get away. I'm basically dropping torpedoes um, with the thought this guy's eventually going to turn north, and my hope is that those torpedoes are going to force this guy to turn out or in and give me some room to get outside of his radar range, because I've got 48 HP. I can't really take being radared again. And this is me at this point. I've hit staying alive phase. This is me just trying not to lose points from my team. Um, I'm contributing to my team by I am spotting the Donskoy. I will be launching torpedoes as I can, but the active phase of my combat is over. And now I'm just a cowardly little bitch destroyer. And it sucks when you've got to play like this, but it's something that you've got to learn if you want to be successful at playing a destroyer, because you alive is better than you inflicting another 10,000 damage, and that's just the way it is. I'm trying to tell this Zen Yang, get the hell out. Um, there's the entire enemy's down here, and what always happens is when you've got two death balls coming in, it's the team that loses is the one that drip ships into the opposing force. So like this Baltimore, he's first guy up, he's spotted. Um, I can't even see him right now, but he's gonna get farmed. He's gonna get farmed by as many people that can shoot at him, and then he's gonna die. And then the next guy moves in, and then he's gonna get tore up, and that'll be that for him. And it's difficult for me to see actually what's going on the battle outside of when ships are actually sunk, because of the limited view range. I've got 16.5 kilometers of view range, and that's it. I suspect that this Donskoy had hydro up, and that's really the only reason why he would react that in that manner. Um, but it's one of those things that it did have the desired effect, where it's turned this guy out, where this is giving me opportunity to make more progress north and try to stay outside radar range of this guy. But it's also bad because I can't pursue or I can't continue kiting because of the map border. And by running this way, he's also closing the distance on me that way. So he eventually does get inside radar range of me, and I go on ahead and drop some torps. These are Hail Mary shots, and I'm just trying to throw off the aim the best I can, but by slowing down like that, look how much range that guy gained on me. And I'm really starting to sweat how close this guy is, because it's only going to take one shell to kill me. And I'm actually telling my team, shoot this son of a bitch, because he officially needs to die. And this is one of the issues with the gearing. I obviously can't see his flags. He might be running a speed flag, and that's why I'm having a hard time outrunning this guy. I don't run combat flags just in random battles. So I mean, if you look at my flags right now, it's all economic flags. I think this is all just credit flags. And that's one of those things that can be an issue when you run into these situations. But I mean, to me, random battles, they're not really games that matter in the grand scheme of things. I mean, they're nice, but what are you gonna do? Um, at this point, this Donskoy has actually pushed up, and I mean, the drip. You see, they're dripping into my team. My team's able to kill them faster than they're dying. This Donskoy goes to turn out, and I just launch predictive torps waiting for it. Donskoy is not a real pushing ship. It always wants to try to kite away from, ships that can actually give it a run for its money. And I'm just, going to continue to kite. This guy's going to have radar up relatively soon. His hydro should be down, so I do actually have pretty high prospects for landing a torpedo on that guy. And looks like I get him. I get the flood, and he had blown his repair most likely on fires from my team, and this guy's starting to flood. And it's kind of sweet revenge when this happens. This guy's chasing me, almost all the way across the map. Um, and it's me that basically cripples him. But I mean, this guy, I'm inside of his radar range now. He can still end me just with a press of a button and a lucky shell. He's healing up. He's being smart, healing up, trying to offset the damage loss. Um, but if you're looking, yeah, his heal's still ticking. Heal's still ticking, and it's that heal that actually keeps him in the fight. And he just now repaired. If he didn't have that heal, he would have died to flooding a long time ago. But even now, even with the heal, he's so low HP that it's easy pickings for my team. And this is the advantage of, this is why I don't typically launch torps to dev strike targets. I saturate an area to get the flood and uh, make the combat with against that enemy ship that much easier for my team, because any sort of follow-up fire or broken turrets or modules or anything like that uh, has crippled that ship. So again, that's another example of my torpedo philosophy, um, paying off and giving my team an easy kill that wins the game. End of the game with 1800 base XP, 131,000 damage. Almost all of it was in the initial fighting over CCAP. I did a lot of work down there. Um, but it's also one of those things that I had a misplay where both of us DDs were smoking up at once, and when we came out of smoke, the time to leave was long since passed, and quite frankly, I was lucky to get out and actually make it through the end of the battle. So, hope you enjoyed this game. This was a good one where it's just a little bit of lesson about the double edge of smoke, where it can also kill your situational awareness for what's going on around you. And you can also come out to all sorts of nasty surprises if you've played destroyers long enough. Um, you will have experienced this. This is just me demonstrating it. It still happens to players even at my level. Um, and it's something that even I need to remind myself to be cautious and guard against. So hope you guys enjoy the game. I will talk to you guys later.